Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, once again, areas of high impact weather across our country today. We're going to start off in the Carolinas with what's left of Tropical Storm Chantal. Just a depression right now and is really weakening, but Chantal made landfall earlier on this Sunday with max winds of 60 miles an hour. It brought some damage to portions of the South Carolina coastline near Myrtle Beach. We had a large 3 to 6 inch rainfall total swath, a 1 to 3 foot storm surge, and seeing some inundation of water. The numbers that you see are wind gusts in miles an hour. So still some squally weather, mainly through North Carolina and the southern sides of Virginia late on this Sunday. We're still going to see some squalls along the North Carolina coastline, including OBX in Elizabeth City up towards Virginia Beach. This will all begin to improve on Monday as the center of circulation begins to dissipate. But again, it's been a very impactful situation, and Chantal got strong fairly quickly earlier on this Sunday. Now, look, it's a horrible story that continues in south central Texas, Kerr County, but other areas with the inundation of water. Unfortunately, as of last report, and it seems to change hourly, over 70 fatalities reported out of all of this flooding, which continues here just to the west of the I-35 corridor, south and west of Dallas Fort Worth. There's still pockets of very heavy rain and it's not moving much. We could still get several more inches of rain at least through today, trying to dissipate a bit on Monday, but there is still going to be an ongoing flooding situation here over the next couple of days because, all that water has to run off and, areas have seen some extensive flash flooding because of that. Another area that I'll be monitoring will be some severe weather beginning to develop here off of the high plains and into portions of the central United States off of this area of low pressure. Thunderstorms developing in southern and southeastern Wyoming and north central and northeastern sides of Colorado will work their way into Nebraska and portions of Kansas later today. Current watch that's in effect is going to be a severe thunderstorm watch, but look at the winds associated with this watch, up to 75 mile an hour winds and at least some ping pong, maybe even some potentially baseball size hail. So big time there. Now the warnings that are in play, couple north of Cheyenne, a few over Nebraska and a couple over portions of Kansas, but this situation is just beginning to evolve. And later today, we're going to have the opportunity for a little bit more potent high-end weather. There's a slight risk for severe storms. That's a 2 out of 5 on the scale in those spots. But again, this is really just beginning to develop. It's been a beautiful, outrageously hot day in the Northeast in New England. Places like New York City and Boston, especially Boston, into the low 90s. The Ohio Valley has seen some extremely hot and humid conditions from Columbus up towards Cleveland, Detroit, low to mid 90s in a couple of spots here. Showers and thunderstorms are beginning to develop. Most of these are not severe, but there's a lot of heat energy where we could pop off some of those storms. Outside of the storms from Chantal, we do have additional storms with more tropical moisture breaking out in portions of Florida. Nothing organized, but a few of those could be severe. More storms developing in portions of the Four Corners where it is not getting wet, it is getting hot. Phoenix again today near 110 for a daytime high. West Coast looks pretty good, but on the hotter side in some spots, temperatures beginning to build there. These are heat advisories for portions of New York and New England. There's your severe weather. Look, there's an opportunity for some very heavy rainfall in portions of New Mexico. You see those maroons, guys? There's going to be flash flood warnings, so we'll get into that as well. Let's get into the weather story. I'm going to bring up the HER model. It's the high resolution rapid refresh. As I do so, thanks for taking a quick second and liking this video. I really appreciate it. So you're going to see, again, back into New Mexico here. Look at these storms evolve. Santa Fe, Albuquerque, working their way off towards the east. And there's going to be multiple rounds even into Monday to produce the opportunity for some flooding conditions in New Mexico. And these waves of storms will run into the moisture-laden air coming out of portions of the Northwest Gulf. And these thunderstorms will blow up, especially from Nebraska, Kansas, but building south over the next couple of days. Could there be more rain, unfortunately, for portions of central Texas? Yes. These will move through Arklatex, the Midwest, portions of the Ohio Valley as well. Of course, Chantal will begin to dissipate, but you can just see the more active weather that'll be in store for the central United States in portions east of the Mississippi as well. continuing to get nice energy flow coming out of the Intermountain West. Again, popping off of the high plains. We're going to have the hail threat there with a higher elevation, and then the opportunity for some strong winds and a tornadic threat through the central and the southern plains. Still very quiet out west. It's more about the heat than anything else. So let's take a look at the potential for severe weather for tomorrow. It looks like this. Better chance in Nebraska, an enhanced chance, 3 out of 5 in the scale. A tornadic risk will come along with that as well. And then the risk for severe storms for Tuesday is again farther south, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, southern sides of Illinois, potentially a few more storms redeveloping here in the mid-Atlantic states and the Delmarva Peninsula. That could be on the strong to severe side as well. Be monitoring that for early in the week. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Let me know in the comment section below where you're viewing from. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and helping to support the channel. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm back tomorrow with the latest 5-minute forecast.